Why, hello there, fellow architects. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Grounded 2. Episode 11, Building a Cliffside Base with Better Defenses. The other idea I had was to, and I think I'll go with this, because it will just give me the best firing angle, is to have grass floors go out, and to be able to strafe the defending location from over here, where melee attackers won't be able to reach the turret, so the turret gets left alone, but I'll be able to shoot anyone coming in my front door. I should relocate the grass flooring palette, though. Make this a little bit easier to do. Yeah, if I put my turret here, it's low enough that actually meleeers might be able to get to it, but I'm going to put it there anyway, because I don't think it's going to pose too much of a risk to have it be that low. What's the ammo? The ammo depends on what you craft. So for right now, I have access to 3 different types of ammo. But eventually that will grow to, you know, as resources are unlocked. Maybe if it was forward 1 or overrun, outrun, yeah, I'll tinker with it. But either way, that works. So let's move the chests. So I have access to all the things that the chests have in it, and then cut down some more husky weeds, because a lot of the new structures are going to require husky weeds as well as regular grasses. Yeah, you can kind of see how this is going to look. So I would say a good place, I'm going to change the entryway, but a good place for a door would be right up front. Where's the door tile? Pine door. So I need sap and weed stems. But yeah, we'll just put the door like that. And then everything that is easily attacked from the ground, I can just have the pine tier. That way, the front of the base is fairly impenetrable. I think this is backwards. Yeah, it's backwards. So, need some weed stems. Is there husky weeds around me? I see some dandelions right over here. They'll do.
Take 5, buggy boy.
Oh, I should check out the Billy Hog. I forgot. I think that's a good way to get snacks at my axe tier now. I forget whether you can make walls with staircases. I'll check. Ladybug, you're kind of trespassing a little bit, low-key. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, so we'll do that as well. I'll need more pine needles, because I ran out. So I think I'll relocate this wall there. Just because the front is more likely to get attacked than really anywhere else. And then know that at some point I'll have to go grab additional pine needles for this structure. Because I just have the weed stem to put in it. Billy Hog. I think it's a tier 2. Yep.
Oh, we're on, girl.
Oh, I was not the only one with the idea of getting Billy Hogs. It's a little busy down here. And I did just get fresh Billy Hogs. For the first time. Which needs to be analyzed.
We could base a whole sport on this.
I'm going to start moving the general chests over, and then I'll have to put some more platforms in to be able to move the rest of the base. But you kind of get the concept. There we go. Door and all. And we'll once it's more... Oh, you can't fit, can you? Once it's closer to being done, we can fine-tune it for defensive purposes.
Filling up the tank.
I do find it strange that I'm able to
Girls
analyze
wanna
it, but it doesn't actually unlock anything. I feel like that's maybe an oversight. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Once the smithy and crafting bench and all that stuff has been moved over, we'll be able to recycle the old base for a lot of grass, giving us tons of resources to be able to build this new one. But I think what I'll do is I'll blueprint at least the additional platforms. So you can kind of see the concept. Keeping it choked here so that I don't have vulnerabilities, and then building it outwards this way.
Bad move! Bad
Oops.
move!
Too high.
I'll give you a second to recover.
The just occurred to me the stove is currently in the process of cooking. It's a little weird to be grabbing it and moving it, but I don't think the game really cares. Oh no! My torch burned out! Love fail. Can't see what I'm doing. I shouldn't have moved the cooking stove. I should have moved my crafting table so I could make myself another torch. I remember in the first game, you get offered a like a torch that lasts a lot longer, a lot sooner than you do in this one. Torch Plus was like a thing that you got pretty early on in Grounded 1. But not something you get early on here.
Bit over eager, are we?
So you can see why I didn't want to move too far away from my base. Because I mean, it's one of those, like, if I wasn't streaming, maybe it wouldn't be a problem. But because I'm streaming it, I didn't want to spend years relocating everything. I mean, the fastest way to relocate stuff is probably to break it all down to its constituent parts, load it up into your ant, and then move it that way. But then that's also, like, that comes with its own host of problems as well. Of just, it's messy, it's labor intensive, low benefit for high cost, etc., etc. So I went with like just what I thought was tolerably quick.
Hey, Buggy. Vacuum cleaner time.
So I need a few more grass platforms up there so I can start moving the meat of the old base. And this is why I warned you all, like, this is a heavy investment project. It's going to take a while, but the defensive advantage once it's done is definitely pretty good. Alright, for now I'm just going to move this stuff up here. So it's like out of the way. If I could. Oh my god. And that way I can move everything else and then recover the grass flooring from the old base. I almost want to just make a... spend the time to, like, make a giant ramp. I feel like the time I spent doing that, it'd be faster just not to. I don't know how I feel about the, like... I mean, I guess it makes sense to get not full refunds, but... a blade of grass is a blade of grass. It will be more spacious once it's done. The other interesting thing is I could even potentially have like a jumpable, because the AI won't jump all that effectively. Like a back way to get into the base that way, where I can jump from the leaf, because you don't typically find the enemy AI doing things of that nature, allowing you to sort of pathfind exploit it also will allow me to move in quicker. Which is kind of nice. So if you're wondering about floating, if you look at the foundations, it will say it's supporting. So once I'm done moving a lot of the furniture, I'll demonstrate that, like the gravity mechanic or whatever, stability mechanic.
A bug can only carry so much.
I have so much junk on me. Alright, regardless of all the junk I have, I am definitely going to need more storage, regardless of whether or not I start organizing, so... Apparently I don't have the acorn shells. Ah, shoot.
Let's go, soldier!
Pretty easy to find, but... Let's try to move the rest of the junk as quickly as we can. And then... pull up stakes on the old base. Now some of these objects are like really huge, and it's hard to, you know, they're kind of annoying to accommodate. And it might even make sense not to incorporate them into the base, into the new base, just because of their size. Now, I've mentioned before in passing the comfort mechanic. You get bonuses if you have like a comfortable base.
Eager, are we?
And we haven't built any comfort yet. So that's another thing that we can consider to do. I think you guys are probably going to be wore out from all the base building once I'm done relocating everything and want to get back to like questing. But I'll put it up to poll anyway, to see if you do want me to, like, enclose the base and add furniture. The comfort mechanic is nice, but it isn't like a... Without it, it's not like a big deal. You can definitely play just fine having an open-top base, provided at least you can repel raids. And the raids scale, so... As you progress through the story, it will get harder to repel the raids, meaning that you'll need to invest more in base defenses, obviously.
Let's light them up.
But we're almost done. Dew collector and ant hatchery, and then we'll be good to move. Oh my god. I think I'm too weighed down. Oh no, there we go. Ah, almost fell. Base building MSR. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of squishy, buggy noises. I don't know if that's like pleasant to hear. Maybe to some. Come on. You were blue just a second ago. What? I'm allowed to, like, overlap the hanging? Okay, whatever. I won't think about it too hard. Okay. We are definitely ready to check gravity. So if I start to recycle, this is what I was referencing. If we look at the... Oh, I can't fit. If we look at the structure over here, you can see it's supporting 21 tiles. So we recycle that. Flop. It all comes crashing down. Which is exactly why I have my base anchor for lack of a better term, section of my new base armored up with the best possible walls I can have access to, so that my base doesn't flop, because obviously that would be like a save scum type situation, having everything break all at once. All right, question. What to do next? Work on the base, quest, or better gear. So as far as working on the base, I don't yet have a grinder, so I could be adding a grinder to my build setup. And there's probably some other base things to add as well besides the grinder. And then there's also like walls and fine-tuning the turret and, you know, a whole bunch of other little things like that. That I'm happy to work towards if that's what you guys vote on. For questing, there is the ranger quests, obviously, and then the
better than most protein shakes, actually.
and then the main quest line that we could work towards too. Or better gear. I could work on upgrading my gear, or getting new tiers, or getting access to new resources that I don't have yet. You know, this is a lot of options there as well. So we still need to move the dew collector and the home marker and the farm patch that I've like not yet touched. Oh my god, my inventory is a nightmare.
Ouch!
Here, you can have all this grass. Now I have so much inventory space. So if you're inquiring about trying to get a spider mount, what I will tell you is it requires me to unlock research that I'm not going to get access to until I find something specific out in the world. I don't want to like spoil it, but like that would be me pseudo dodging the question without, while still sort of answering you. So I think this is going to be the full size for now. This is spacious enough. Actually, I could build off this direction a little bit more.
Charging into the paint.
So yeah, the spider egg that I obtained, there was nothing I could do with it until I got the spider hatchery blueprint unlocked. Save for like watching it rot, which is essentially what I did with it. So this section ruins the symmetry, but I don't personally care. You guys want me to continue working on the base? Got it. I mean, it is like an unorganized mess, so I see the desire. I think the... So, I do have the best possible walls for the front. But I think for cost, at least for now, I'll do weed stem for this section for affordability. And I want a too high ceiling that eventually is going to enclose. For comfort. There we go. Just because it's going to be a lot easier to work around a base that has a too high ceiling, I think. So let's move the last of the junk. Oh, okay, that wasn't fall damage. Let's move the last of the junk. I think there was just the dew collector, if I'm not mistaken. And then we'll be fully moved out of the old base location. And ready to only make improvements to the new one, which is great.
Ready to break up a sweat.
So the current priority I'm going to frame as organize the base. It's not going to be the full scope of like comfort and enclosure, but organizing the base to me is build a little bit more storage and then like put everything away in a somewhat sensible location because it isn't that yet. And it's going to be easiest for me to do that with some daylight. So, wow, that is waking up at noon. Luxurious. I guess let's do it. So first thing I need is acorn. Because I want chests that I don't yet have access to. Or resources, rather, to build. But it's a lot easier to find acorn now with the resource finder than it was before, when I was just like wandering around looking for it.
Bit over eager, are we? Here, I'm up.
And get some aphids from mite loafs too. That's probably all the chests I need for now. And then I'll try to lay everything out where the commonly used stuff is easily accessible, and then the like rare to use stuff is kind of hidden away. Because not everything I don't interact with everything equally. For sure. The other question is, does probably some of the stuff, like a dew collector, makes the most sense to have it be physically outside? I don't know off the top of my head whether there's a penalty for it being inside, like if it still works or not. I think it's reasonable that it wouldn't, but that might not be coded in just yet, given that this is like early access. But regardless, we'll do... I didn't want to have windows anywhere else because I didn't want there to be risk of, like, encroaching dangers. But I can put windows back here with door frame. And I don't even need a full door. Like, just a frame is fine. I'll do a double wide door frame. And with all the plant fibers I got from cutting down all that grass, I can make plenty of rope. So I'll have a bit of an outdoor balcony here that's open, and That's where our water's going to get relocated to out there too. And for now, I'll put the hatchery out here just because the hatchery is something that we use. Like, I mean, honestly, you could even break down your hatchery and, like, not be in much of a disadvantage. Because unless you're on multiplayer or whatever, you only really need it ever once.
You in a bit?
Because there's not really an advantage to have multiple, ants unless one's down and you want to, like, just summon another one. But that's what I'll put outside for now. It's not perfect, but it'll do. For all of the smithing, let's put our smithing stuff over in this corner. And I think what I'll do is I'll just prototype the walls here. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to, like, build them. I'm just leaving them in TBD. So if smithing's over that way, we're going to want a crafting bench over there too. And one thing you might be noticing is I'm not snapping to grid, because snapping to grid will allow you to fit a lot less stuff. Alright, let's say... I don't know where the lean-to is going to go. In fact, we're going to upgrade to a bed sooner or later. But, jerky rack... there... cookery... food box. And the food box is the only box that I want. So you know what I should do on this on glitch is just tell them to go to the nest now.
Hop on home.
It's going to be in the way. So putting the food box is going to be the only one that's like physically separated out from the others. And then have all my other storage sort of be near the entryway so that I can quick drop and close enough to the food box that I can quick drop possibly to the food box without having to walk over there. So put the smoothie station over here as well. Now the shortcut I use to get up here is obviously not going to work going forward. And then I'll say weed stem tier walls for here. So that everything facing out is somewhat better protected. Okay, things are a little bit more organized. The turret isn't really where I want it to be. What I want is to be able to shoot things that are encroaching on the base, so I'm going to need to change the design a little bit. So that this grass floor has a firing angle over the entryway, which means maybe building off the balcony out this way. Something like that, possibly? So I'm going to quickly get the grass for that and see if that gives me a good angle on everything coming in. Ooh, you know what? How weird is withdrawing a buggy here? Very weird. So that's not a good buggy location. Got it. All the grass that's like glitching into the floor of my base, I'll just, that's going to be what I harvest first to get it out of the way.
Hey, Buggy. Vacuum cleaner time. That'd be handy charging into the paint.
One thing I could do is just put the grass storage pallet down there and load it. That'd be a nice shortcut. Because you don't even need an ant to really move a ridiculous amount of building materials at once. Because you can relocate very, very easily. So even without an ant, you can just be loading things up on a pallet like this and then move the pallet around. And end up with, like, even as the player, holding a lot of storage. It's hard to tell whether I'll be able to tilt the turret down enough or not until it's built. But once I have those floors built, I can always relocate the floors to fine-tune it. So it's not a big deal if it doesn't work the first time. That's the whole point of experimentation. Yeah, it's fun. Just need to have it hang off the ledge. And now, really anything coming to mess with the base.
Running on empty!
Get shot by me. Like it. That works. Open. Alright, the pallets of stuff. I guess I'll put in here for now. I mean, I have the space. It's just a little, well, I'm not worried about, like, things attacking it as much. So, I'm gonna leave it outside, but I might put it on its own foundations at some point, just to make it look cleaner. Because if I have the ant loaded up with stuff, the ant can't come in the front door, so having the pallets inside doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Now, I should be organizing my loot, because it's far from organized, but I think what I'm going to do is just dump. And then, you know, if I really need to organize later, I can. So, let's empty you out, buddy. Alright, the other thing I wanted to do, as part of the base upgrade, everything on this tier I have, everything on the first tab. Second tab, I am missing a grinder. So I'm going to put the grinder over here. Move the spinning wheel over there, because it is a crafting tier. And we need 2 weed stems for the grinder. No problem.
Filling up the tank.
I know my character is, like, critically hungry, but I'm currently making mite loaf, so I'm not too worried about that. I'll be able to fill my food up in just a minute. I do find it easier to build reasonable, because there's tons of sections of your base that are going to require weed stems. To wait until you have a tier 2 axe to really start building, because until then, like, trying to get a large base is really annoying to source all the weed stem stuff. Alright, food. Almost done. Grinder. I might... Huh. I'll check in with the ranger station about that.
Need salt and chili oil. Let's go, soldier.
All right, let's go hoover up the rest of those weed stems and get some of that wall that I've neglected built. Okay, that will do for now. There's one other task, which is to get some basic ammo before I get attacked next, because it doesn't really make sense to have a turret with no ammo. Which means pebblets. And it just occurred to me, adjacent to the base... Oh, no, that was a tier 2 pebblet thing. Never mind.
Let's light them up.
Or tier 2, like quartz or something. So busting up some pebbles. Because the cheapest tier of ammunition is still pretty good. Might even want to leave it open there so I can just always leap in for convenience. But here on the crafting bench, if we scroll all the way down to weapons, I think. Rocky rounds. So acid glands, which you get from like ants and stuff, and pebblets for a damage, stun, and speed round. And to make these work, all you have to do is put them in a chest and you can fire them. So, all of the changes that I had planned to make are done. So I'm going to pull you guys again if you want me to continue. Oh! Perfect timing. Thank you for tuning in to Grounded 2, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow shrunken survivors.